Chineke mma mma onye kere ụwa mma mma ike kere ụwa eluigwe n'ụwa mma mma anyị na-ekele gị na-eto gị na-aja gị mma yo ekede na-efe gị yo ekede na-ekelekwenụ gị na-etokwenụ gị na yo orie day, your afọ day, your nkwọ day. All the praises and glory be to you. Today is the second day of the Gregorian calendar, the calendar Caesar. The calendar, the fallen angels, and all the harms and all the wicked people who refuse to tow your path, to create their own as a heathen. And argue ekekro wuchinek na be ahwan sini chinek na chigi na chineke gi gilande weke shite na chigi chukwu okike na nke bi n'eluigwe ya hụ anya na hụ elu ahụ ashada bịa nọnyere n'anyị o asị gị mma wuke gị mma wuke gị. Righteousness is just. O Chineke, lead us not to misspeak, not to lie, not to deceive, not to misjudge. You see? That's the it's only you that we worship, only you that we bow to, only you that owns the righteous names, which you commanded that we will not joke with them. And only you that will worship on your Eke day, the day that you sanctified and ask us to keep it holy. Not any other day, not any creature. And then no someone or father. Ozurigo. Enyi na nengo oso ojinyege mmai. Sige, not in worship. I've toasted or poured libation with wine and the grains of paradise and the cola in honor of you, as we were commanded to do, to live long on this land, this earth you gave to your children. Which is the fifth commandment, he said. Also, present to my mother, provide to my mother, those before you and those after you. You see, that's the request of life. In the previous before I start with the title of the presentation, I welcome everybody that watches and listens or hearkens to this message to be delivered by through this video presentation. And the title of this video presentation remains part 2 of the previous, which is For knowledge of the truth, my people shall be freed. In the previous presentation, this is part 2. Some people might wonder why I wear this this feather with this black cap or the red cap or any of these caps, because they have been trodden by the Hamatic people, the evil people who saw the nakedness of their father and were cast out by the lion. Therefore, beasts of no nation, they are included with their fallen angel who is leading them everywhere. They were cast out, and we have shown how Africa, who owns the land, we have disproved the fact that, and the lie in the book, sacred book, that Africa is a land of Ham. Africa is not the land of Ham. It's not the land of the same name, Cham, Uni of Cham, Uni, Obi, Ham. So everybody knows where this comes from. Everybody knows now why the Black Pope. I learned this from my people in the awakening groups here in the United States. So those who claim here they're in the United States, they brag about the American woman, all that. The truth isn't put in. United States, you know it not. If you do not know the indigenous people, do not know the land. Just to make money. If it comes from Onitsha, if it comes from the Caliphate, if it comes from devil, bring it. That's what you guys came, because you're not focused. You didn't come here to know why we are in trouble at home. Because those who rules the land are not our people. Africa is ruled by Ham, the Hamitic people, the strangers. From the west, southwest of the old Israel, you can see where they came from. Malek. You can see where the Caliphate come from. Moabo or Moab. Ammon or Moabo. Ammon. Moabo or Moab. These are all Igbo words. These are the children of Lot, or so-called Lot. So nearby there was the land of Isamelu. They call Ishmael. And right there, on the southeast, is the land given to Esau, Edom. And then to the west is Chittim, the Romans, the Caesar, the fallen angels, those who rule the earth, who are scrambling over Nigeria, and the Malek, which is Ham, the Canaanites. They come posing as Oni. Oni in Japanese word, as I mentioned before, is, go search it, is demon. And they change N with B to take for legitimacy as Obi, Obon. Oba with BA, switching for NI. Then O capital, and then O smaller, and I of Ihe that used to cover the light. They call it Ife. Ife. Not Ife. Ife is stem. Ife means they can't hide. Is covering Ife. And that is where the word Obo is the first O. Uboni, the killer of light. These are the fact. Why is Biafra, Africa, so stupid and dark and, nigger and all useless and can't think properly? They can't rule themselves. No. Africa is ruled by stranger. Is the harm. Harm is to grab. Why they write saying that Africa is a land of harm is for harm. To grab the land, Igbo land. That's the land of creation. Where the creation in CHIUKWU at the Bakassi Peninsula, where the Igbo world was created. Igbo people were created in Bakassi, Bakassi, the earth, heaven and earth was created in Bakassi Peninsula, and the Eke came to CHIUKWU, and they said, which is the city that is called by his name, and said, Biafra. So the land, Biafra, they call Africa, including America, the land they call Americus, America, they call American, they already taken over this side. They think they already taken this side. These used to be together. And if you move the Gulf of Mexico eastwards, you will fit in the Gulf of Guinea and the Bakassi Peninsula. And that water is where the Most High exacted his spirit, pressure, his force to create heavens and earth. And then about 100 miles northwest, he established his city of CHIUKWU and called his children Biafra. So Biafra is what is being called the Biafra is what is they call the land of Ham, and the America the land of Ham. They occupying. Beast of no nation, fella said. So that's everywhere, but that's where it's summed with creation. That's the rising sun right here. And the sunset is at the Gulf of Mexico. So when the sun is rising in Biafra, it is dark in Mexico. And that's where the darkness, the beast of darkness, has been hauled to the front of the United Nations building. At the last, this December, which is raising a lot of uproar. But so the world has to gather together. Everybody is Igbo. Some people say, you're making it Igbo, Biafra, Igbo matter. Very soon you will find out that the best name you will answer and the best thing you will want to be is Igbo. And for some of you, it's going to be too late because you're not going to make it if you do not worship Eke and his Eke day and fear him. If you continue worshiping materials and the creatures on their creature days. So there's been a confusion all over the place about the IPOB, Biafra, this. No, everything happens to some good reasons. Biafra is not, the Biafra agitation has just begun, gone to the right peak. So people can go and collect their money. As politicians or from Caesar, they can go around being their, being SNY. You know what SNY means, right? Only CHIUKWU is as a woman, Mami Wata, Mermaid, Obanje. And this is what the Most High and the or the scripture refers to as the horror or harlot of Babylon. The enemy began with switching all their high commissioners from being men to women. The same thing, Obanje and Mamewata of Babylon. Now, once they captured the kind of, by exposing them, they brought the Hamite women and all the Obanjes of Ham, under the banner of Ham, Ubi Cham, Ubugad. This is where they chased the God, the children of God from. They came to where they called Ubu Gadi. As his name is Gadi. It's not God. Gadi shall be great. As the first son of Ziba. The maid servant of Leah. The woman that was rejected. Leah. Ali, for those who understand the Igbo. The language of heaven. If you say Allah, Ani, instead of Allah, your prayer is never going to be answered. If you switch any word in Igbo language, twist any word in Igbo language, you can pray for thy kingdom come. EKPEREE will not hear you. So why? That's why you need to stop using that Sabotua Ali words, the words of Peter Dochim and the Nollywood that the darkness wanted to use to destroy Igbo culture. Umeniane. And he asks you to go everything. This man has nearly destroyed Igbo language if it wasn't this agitation. But let them wait for the infamy to come on them. So we're going to be redirecting Biafra restoration agenda, but we're going to first of all, in order to do it, worship Eke on Eke Day. Not to be ashamed of who we are and looking for what is foreign than what is as more important as what we have. That is the spiritual and cultural heritage of our people that the Lord Herbert Macaulay on February 2nd, 19 I think it's 1835, spoke of. Reject harm. Now they're just going out there buying motorcycle and looking at their own vigilantes, killing young people, innocent young people who didn't do anything, not knowing there is unknown gunman, the people that they have murdered, the children that they destroyed. They invited the Caesar. They took company and took counsel with Caesar to kill between 19, destroy and murder and massacre in homicide and the genocide, or the real Holocaust. That the whole world, all the wicked nations of the world, they created to fight and destroy our people. That's the beginning of the World War. That's the right World War III. But now what we're going through, now that the face of the man of sin has been exposed. And that's the reason the fallout with Boko Haram. And Boko Haram is not a bad caption. It's going to backfire on them. They're the ones who formed Boko Haram. Boko, you can tell here that what is happening here is not Boko. It's the voice of EKPEREE. And anything that counters this, like our Hausa brothers say, is haram. Even the young people that they're deceiving with their religion to come and be killing their brothers. Caesar, he's not going to do it on himself. He's going to use Ham. The Ham that was cast out. They want you to, why are you gonna have people cast out the land and stuff like that? They're crying for themselves because the land is about to spear them, and they start killing innocent young people and digging their hole deeper and deeper by killing more, shedding more innocent blood, telling them, you are. They are the Biafra. They are the Onungama. They are the ESN. And some people clamoring, we have ESN and we get ESN. ESN. These ESN people, who are they? Are you paying them? The money you're gathering, paying your white savior lawyers and paying all these crooks everywhere. Do you pay HBO for that much? Some of you doing your sorcery and that answering doctors and professors. Somebody sent me, one American person, follower sent me something the other day showing me Katrina Chononu and the professor and all these. And the other one sent me something in Twitter saying she's Dr. Mamiwata Ezenwa. Wanje. And then, can you believe it that someone from the light, Ihechiwa, they call themselves Ihechiwa. There's nothing like Ihechiwa. It's Ihechiwa. The light of the Creator. The light. The Creator of the earth. Ichiwa. Chikerowa. They tell you it's a woman. It's not Chihuahua. One was the other day defending the evil people and calling them, because they don't want to go through the initiation, to go through the covenant. looking for agricultural government in Ethiopia. They're looking for how to digging everywhere. And this is covenant in Jerusalem. This is covenant digging everywhere, confusing people. And then what you call Igodomigodo. And they want to see where he's going to settle. Igodo has been destroying them all these years. Now it's too hot. They're going to drop it like it's hot. They don't know where to keep it. Keep it in Abuja in Baggy Line, and let me see what you're going to happen to you. Go keep it in with Oni of Benin and see. Wipe them out. Go carry it. Give it to them. Go to Onisha and put it Igodomigodo. How you do. You forget the president of Biafra, who was Effiong. He's an Eka man, and he married from Eka land. No matter what happened to, there are some wacky, but the Most High will forgive him because he didn't know. Where he was going to go to marry, in where they call Idu, that they say is not Igbo, is where the Ibi, it's not Ibi, it's Ibi. You are been living here. You are, the pillar of the land. Eka and Aro, these are Ibi people in the land of creation. People with their people created first. Igbo people. These are Igbo people. Ibi. But the Auburn came and rubbished them, and the British, even the one of the British queens, I think it will probably Queen Victoria, has what they call dynasty there. Go Google it, read. These things. Don't read uselessly. Go worship on AKD, and he will give you his spirit to guide you and guide you to show you what to read and what not to read. This is what we call Team Bookut, the university, or they call the University of Team Bok. This is the Maharahadum. Know it all. Put me in the center of your knowledge. Fear me to see the light of the day, and the fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. Read your Proverbs chapter 1, and some other areas in that, volume, everything, monkey, stampeded, traded, trodden. So we have to redirect and wear the full armor and step on the right throttle of Yah, CHIUKWU, our Father in heaven. There is a throttle, the speed, the right speed. For those who believe, make no haste. In Isaiah, Isaiah, or Isaiah, how they want you to say it. Chapter 28, verses 16. And all these things, if you go throughout the whole New and so-called New Testament and Old Testament, you will see them all over the place, because you can't remove one on one part without another precept in another part. So when you want to remove Revelation, you remove the book of Yasha and the Jubilee, and you think if you do that, and Enoch, and then you think you take out all those books and they keep Revelation, that you're going to be all right. No. If you take any book there is another precept they are leaking with the light of the other. So waste your time. Even if you remove them, we can look at Igodomigodo, or all those things that our fathers wrote. You guys calling them what we worship. We don't worship those scripts. Even with all these languages, you use Eta, Kappa, all these are from, these are our language. If the people say Insibidi, Isimbido, Isibidi, Isimbido or Isibidi. What is Isimbido? The beginning of writing. He didn't start yesterday. Some people say, oh, Ififike people. Oh, no. These are all Igbo people. His song is from CHIUKWU. All of us from CHIUKWU. The whole world. Anything with this pretty stuff. Even Ham who slept with his father. Abomination. That cast him out, ran away. Because he was supposed to be having his throat cut. Because such persons should be put to death. But he ran away. Scatter, call himself Egypta. Call himself Kiishi. Call him Kush. He's Kiishi. Call himself hiding the same way they create all these nations today, and Caesar hiding in each of them and say, oh, this is British, oh, the British, they Finnish, the Irish, the people that they kept blind. Ishi means blindness. So that's, and then the Kishi, and then Canaan. These are Canaanites. And they come now and telling Obicha, and they put it in their Bible they wrote in 1455 and say, oh, Obiha or Ham. Cham. Go to the book of here. It's written here as Cham. Sefer. Supposed to be Seha. Draw them. Deuteronomy. Or Debran. Yes. You have to know Igbo to understand this doctrine. Or you have to go through the children of CHIUKWU. Those who know the language very well. I don't mean all these Isiani instead of Ishala. Ishan. Now it's Ishan. It's not Ishala. Ubiaja. And they say, oh, we are not Igbo. You go to me. You go to key. Oh, then the Caesar, the only Onis has destroyed all the languages and make you be speaking devilish stuff, and that makes you, oh, I'm not Igbo. Hey, yeah, I mean we are here in Urubu. He's not Igbo, but you know what Obara means, right? I think those ones got something left. Then you say, I'm Dokubo, but I am not Igbo. You don't want to make Igbo stuff. When from Igbo, you don't know when those, there is some lights everywhere. Africa is not the land of Ham. Ham is what Fela Ransom Kuti, the Yoruba son, Igbo son, sang in his song and say, beast of no nation. He was not just only talking about Caesar and the Pale brothers. He's talking about all of them who are claiming Africa. And the one that he's using to claim Biafra, to call them Africa, to claim IGBO in the West, in the Americas and in Africa, to call them African and American. And the other one is down there in the lower boy, a professor. He said, you are very respected, the most respected professor in the whole world. Oh, and if you ask him to say something about the problem in Nigeria, he would never say anything without saying dividing and the conquering and the who he works for. The big first president of America. And this where they came from. And he be like, they're from Sudan. And he's talking about, Africa is on the table. Africa will go to another slavery. Can you believe that? If you are really a man from a real Igbo man that is not abominable, Hamitic, why will you say that Africa will go to another slavery? Why will you wish Africa? And they call him Pussy. That's why they kicked him out in Kaunda's country. What's that? Is Zambia. Kicked Mokoko out, talking from the 3 miles of his Hamite mouth. He come to, some of those there. My niece is from Onichi, is married to a prince in Onitsha. And they denying that they don't know what happened to mankind. Don't keep me saying, let's distract, track. But the truth is in the opinion. The Most High knows all this. You guys be chickening and running around all the place. I don't know what happened to you. No. I ask my people, stop going to India and committing all those rubbish. If you are really going to India, as they accuse you, because you're trying to counter them. You're trying to think you protecting your friend, yourself from them, worship Eke and ask him to give you his spirit and power to finish your enemies. That's your first line of defense. But we have to go back to redirect. If you redirect, you gotta have. Let's go back to the agenda. The agenda is CHIUKWU mandated the restoration of Biafra. None other. Free from idolatry. That's it. That's all he wants us to do. He doesn't want us to do anything, because we fought a war before and kicked the ass of the whole world, right? No vanquish, no victor. The spirit of Benjamin Abdekunle, if there's any spirit of him left, can attest how he got mad. People calling Acholon not talk rubbish from both mouths. The chief, warrant chief people, where was he? They ran during the war. They didn't fight. They couldn't fight. All these cowards they ran. He didn't even remember Amolo battle, that where Benjamin Adengunle went mad. Obasanjo knows what I'm talking about, but he's not going to say the truth. He's a liar. He ran to Kodan ran. With Murtala Muhammad, they ran. He ran to Ubimma. All these people know. My wartime hero. One of my wartime heroes. Brigadier Madebo, I believe he's still alive now, living in Lagos. He knows what I'm talking about. I met him before the battle, where he was going. He worked tirelessly. Great people. Ifyong was living nearby at Dr. Irobulem house in Ifakala. They say, oh, these boys, did they go to the war? Did they know anything about the war? They were born in the after before the war. Go. Go sit down. Go sit down. Even if they didn't go, AK, who sent them, returned them, these people you're looking at here are the army. Among the army that they returned. Go read your book of Ezekiel. Go read chapter 37 verses 10 and see that they will return. They will come back to life and become an exceedingly multitude of army. Plus those who are still in spirit fighting. The ones you killed in the head bridge. You killed in Achanja Market. In 30th May. You telling me that it is Unicha. This Uni means any good. That's where our people evangelizing, just saying Biafra in Ochanja Market, in our Onitsha Market in August 30, 2015. That's where he killed him. And he is buying the motorcycle looking for vigilante. There's no vigilante. You're fighting the enemy that is unknown and is true. It's not people. It's not these people you're messing with. These boys, you're killing more. And they're coming more of them. You're creating more army that is going to get you out of that line. Because also, this is Igbo. This earth. If you pollute this earth, a line where you are in, that line will kick you out. And that's why you're roaming around. This is your place here, Molek. Go and get it. Let's see. Go up there. You're Arab man. You're Arab, the Arab displacers, the Caesar and his friends who get displaced you there, and you just chase around God to kill God. Ubugadi. And then the other one, the one that is on the payroll of Finland, talking rubbish the other day, politician, international. Okay, talking about how our elders. There's no elder in Igbo land. There's no Igbo land. Anybody ruling Igbo land or calls himself elder in Igbo land is either compromised or hammer or ham. It's all Hamite. They're all Hamite because all these Ohanese are the property of Uni of Ocha. All these WIC, they're all supported by Uni of Ocha and they are United Nations. You write a paper, you could be talking about, this is the Igbos. What one American sent me the other day. Told me, send me this Acharon stuff. Igbos are, they were there before Adam. Adam is the Igbo man. He's not he's an Igbo man. He's in the preacher sent to go to stop this beast, these fallen angels. Some way, something happened to ANYA Biama, who was sent to Babylon to stop this twisting of the Igbo, the language of heaven, Tower of Babel. That's why we call him CHIUKWU. That's why we call CHIUKWU. CHIUKWU Abiamafre. Oh, the other day, one of those Obanje people, Mamewata, is why. They think that is something to be proud of. That's a whole of Babylon. That's what that name means. Competing Ashada, challenging EKPEREE as Eze. And CHIUKWU mandated it. And anything you go to be calling that nation is not just there. Africa and then even America, these are all Biafra. EKPEREE. Ukwu took permission. And the speech is yours, not mine. And then one of the agenda there is that, is the truth. Go over there, you'll be talking about the truth. Truth is an equal opportunity offender. You speak about Sadon, what's that his name? The Sultan of Sokoto. Criticize him, do your analysis of him. Do your analysis of DOS. Go do the analysis of Uni, the main chief. This is the head of why Africa, the black world is in trouble. That's the epicenter of Luciferian. As a matter of fact, this is not Luciferian. It's not with E-R-C-E-R. It is S-A. Lucifer. Lucifer. That's what that means. So is Jesus. Called Jesus. 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 Korishi. Or Christi. 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 They don't call him Jesus no more. They call him so Christ. I'm a Christian. Christian. Possess our head. Jesus Christian. That's why I'm not going to be possessed no more by beast. Remain fearless in the face of the enemies. Yeah, Achelon. And the Mamewata is one. Telling you they're going to destroy you. They're not going to kill our people no more. Cowardice is a mark of the beast. Is the mark of unclean spirit. Yeah, though I am in the presence of my enemy, I shall not fear, for Chineke now is with me. His rod and his staff, they comfort me. Wear the full armor of CHIUKWU, and you do not have to fear no one to be telling you, oh, yeah. Go to Psalm 23, verses 4 and read it. If you are worshiping Eke on his Eke day, if you are not idolater, go read Psalm, which is answer me. What they call it here. Psalm. What does that mean in Igbo? Babas rubbish. Is Psalm answer me, O CHIUKWU. Chapter 23, verses 4. And then go listen to people who have fought for freedom. There is, okay, oh, CIA will investigate you. So what does CIA and the OKGB know about what I'm saying? Who trained them? They didn't go to the school of Timbuktu. They didn't go to the Marahadum or Timbuktu. How would they know this? Know what I'm saying here? Well, how would I even know this? Everything that I'm saying here, how can anyone claim that they know this? CHIUKWU include the Most High to be able to see the light of the day next day. They're rushing now. Why are they rushing with the beast of end time beast from the dark end of Mexico? Because they're running from the light, from CHIUKWU, from the rising sun, from Biafra. And that's what we're talking about right here. This is where this is coming from. Okay, he's remaking his word. Jimmy Cliff said, remake the word. Too many people are suffering. Too many people are dying. So I'm here asking, this is like Biafra, man. After the war, after the real World War, these guys, fella, Ransom Kuti. People like who the Ishala man, Sonny Eguzo. People like Jimmy Cliff. People like Bob Marley. They start rising and speaking up to power. But some of you were there dancing Eguzo. Is why. Too many people are suffering. Too many people that no nobody. But how would a ham be able to understand what these children of Eke was saying. You thought they were bitter over that war? Wait, when you go, you thought the world was bitter over George Floyd? You play white when it's convenient for you, and you call them red. When it's convenient for you, you call black. When it's convenient for you, but why are you using all these people, these Igbo, these Biafran people, to go and tell you Iraq gas a weapon of mass destruction? Why didn't you go and say it yourself? Cowards. Why are you going and getting a defense minister to go and be parading worship? You know, a Biafran defense minister going to parade worship in the Gulf of Guinea, saying, oh, when you caught, you say, oh, well, it is because of pirates. Pirates? What are you doing? Aren't there pirates here? If there is any pirate here, that's you. Am I lying? EKPEREE never lies. And okay, why don't they go investigate George Dunhoff? Dunhoff of Professor Emeritus at the University of California in Santa Cruz, in his book titled Who Rules America? And where you're going to hear from him that only less than 0.5% of the people he named there, including the Rockefellers, that they're the ones. And who is a Rockefeller? You have to go to genealogy and find out who is Rockefeller. Who is Rothschild? Okay? They might hide behind religion and say they are this or that. No, these are Caesars. Only this less than 0.5% of American, or about 5% of American population, that owns more than 25% of the economy. And you're talking about 0.5% or less, because the rest of them, maybe about might be half of 1/10 of 1%, 100th of 100%, because some of them are the people that they have possessed through religion. They own 25% of the economy of more than 300 millions of people. They're not up to 1 million, are they? And then when you transpose this to the economy of the world, of about 7 millions, as they say, billions, right? They're not going to even be, they will be infinitesimally nothing to compare with the rest of the world. And what is this United Nations doing about it? Okay, go investigating with the CIA and KGB and the BBC, British and the Irish and the Scottish and the English and the Finnish. That one is finished. Finnish security of Israel is Israel. Mossad. Go investigate them. These are men, people of truth. And then, why don't you go and speak of Richard Wolff, who wrote saying in his papers about why economic crisis deepens. He is from the new school. That's the name. the group he comes out of. Then what about people like Adam Smith who say leave it alone, leave us alone? Leave who alone? And who is he talking to? It's Ham. All right, he's talking about Ham. Ham, leave us alone. And the Ham and their master, the fallen angel. Then John Locke, in his thesis statement, that if any nation, any country, any nation that fails to what he he promised the people must be overthrown. What about him? What about Patrick Henry, Oliver Cromwell, Maximilian Robespierre, Abba women? This is what Igbo women look like. The look. The pretty look. You didn't see no raka raka there, did you? You see Yoruba woman. They call, say, Igbo woman, whatever. Women from Andoni. From Ibi. They call Ibi. These are Igbos. All of them are Igbos. These are people. They didn't say Onisha. See how they look? Pretty, you know? No raka raka or wanje. These people are asking. They were asking for the future of their children, but this one's here collecting money. Or they say, come and talk rubbish is who they gave money. And where did you get that money from? And the ESN, contributing my money, giving to you. And you are saying that you're going to give it to people. People you call ESN, who claim they is ESN. Go, anybody who knows anyone. Who probably, who innocent, ask them if they receive a penny. From either party. And who is this ESN? Who is ESN? You get glory from what you didn't work for. And you come out here talking about rubbish. You are not the kind of disciple or deceiver. Yendu will come out from jail, and say he do after he has sworn by CHIUKWU. And if he comes out saying anything else, not to talk about it, the Hamite nation in the land that doesn't belong to them. They're calling it Idu. They use even the other one, that Catherine, that channel people. And they were there before. And then where was they? And who are they? That's Boko. In our own school. In our both school of Boko, we do not have professor, we do not have no Dr. Banji, Dr. Ezema. We don't have no degree. We just get life. That's Boko. We just that's all we get, life. And what does that mean? Ndokako isn't the Kego. That's Igbo. Isn't the Kego or not? Isn't the Kego? Kego sounds like Onisha. The people talking about might be talking, why are you dividing Biafra? No, there's no dividing. The beauty of Biafra. Every village, you can go to your village and go there and govern your village. And this Eke identifies you as a judge in CHIUKWU. then you go. Just like our ancestors. Like that. Like my ancestors. You go. If you go there and misjudge, you either be cut your throat, get your throat cut, or be set aside. Lose all your freedom of doing a whole lot of stuff. Whether you judge little or big. Leviticus chapter 19 verses 15. No perversion of the law. The Wapa woman riot. The Kumeku. This is rubbish. These adulterers. We are people who they Kumeku. You didn't go. The Kumeku people are the people that you have David Omahi killing in the Middle Belt. They get the people. These are people. The people in the entire Middle Belt that they're massacring there. Those are the people. It's not Onitsha, the nasty market that he's using to afiantoloda. Ofechebu. What is a Ofechebu woman? So this look like Ofechebu. All these Ofechebu Obanje youth that are all over the place talking about it. Is there anything like this? See the cat. They ain't going out there collecting 500 naira, $5,000 or million naira. Convert it, how much is it? Is it up to $200? And then you go and distribute it to some women, some of these hungry women all over the damn place claiming to be e-wars and stuff. And then you come and you get, who were they? These women, who are these great mothers of ours, who were killed though, who were also killed by the warrant chiefs of your Acholonu type, of your Nwokoidi type, of your Niham. These were the people that they were agitating against because they were the middleman for the fallen angels. That's good then. And then you go there where I caught you in that your den the other day talking rubbish. And when Nnamdi Kanu told our people, young people that are following him who are mad like hell right now, told them if the zoo, if anything happens to him, burn down the zoo. But now you are presenting yourself as the front line beast that will be burned down. Nobody is presenting you. You are exposing yourself with your dues and all this, your chars and all that. But tomorrow you'll be like, oh, well, it's because of that video. No. This is CHIUKWU warning you to char, to get out of the way. But you're not listening. Tomorrow you're looking for somebody to bet. Who sold Nnamdi? Who did this? Who did that? No. Who collect money from Atoeze? Who collect money from Emekofo? Who collect money from this one? He's preparing for president to deceive our people. Isn't it? The so-called professor who doesn't know how to manage even they want $150 per barrel of oil bull to create to clean even of that or Chanja, the evil or Chanja market. They created the area after the war. Area for Igbos. Igbo use one Igbo. You're not Igbo. Yep. When it's convenient. the Hermitage people. Now, you have to run away from them. He's some good man. You know, they just mix themselves, just like Caesar, which he mixes himself as British America. It's not different. Then people say stuff, British guy, people, innocent British people be complaining, oh, we didn't know nothing. This, yes, you don't. But the only thing, this time, you're going to get pissed off. Just like Karl Marx or Adam Smith. Just like John Locke and the rest, Patrick Henry. You're going to just jump out. This is not the black stuff. They're playing all of us. They're playing all of us. And if I allow them, everybody will go down with them Satans, with those demons. No, we go down with them devils. So the whole world will get together to get Biafra, because everybody has something at stake here. Because Biafra, we're talking about freedom from the family, making sure that in your family is hakego. From there to the extended family, to the village. And if you do what a marvelous work, that the OK sees you, the people notice you, they ask you to come and represent them. This is to do things democracy. We're not talking about population, all the beasts. You bring a huge number to our nation. Yes, now, fellas, one vote count to 90 people. 90 and plus. One person get one vote, they multiply it, and they tell you they won. With our nation. That's democracy. Demonstration of lies and crazy. Even as we work, all these fools calling this man their elder. As we work even for them. Our brave ancestors who held them, in the front line during and before the Biafra wars. Our gallant men at Onitsha front can attest to all this Ofechebu. They were there sleeping with the enemy, and then yelling, calling their people, our people fighting against the enemy. Ofechebu, while the enemy is there crying and happy about how he's shredding them rubbish so-called Hamite women into pieces. Defiling them. They're both defiled anyway. Honorable one now also. Okay, is this how you gonna? No, Ben Nandekan. What are you doing there? What you doing is our leader, and you're talking about you do, which he never will ever accept, because if he accepts it, put him to death. Go to the book of Numbers, chapter 30, verses 2. If you give people their word, stand by it. And also in the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, the moral law, if you give Eke your word, you must keep it. And how in hell you come on and claim that you love this man, but by action, we're not going back there. All of you contributed to that, to what happened there. So I'm not going to be going after that no more. You know yourself. EKPEREE. Yahweh. He's the ultimate witness and the ultimate judge. He's watching you. He's going to finish you because you have committed a blasphemy. It's not my word. It's not my job. I don't know how to explain that. And so if you claim that you're Igbo, you interpret it to your friend, tag each other. Look at how all of you look and the stank with your extended extension, nose, and the bleach, and the oil. Yeah. You see? You think white means anything? That word doesn't mean nothing. That is a game. Gameplay. Those people there wearing that wolf skin, but the sheep inside. You think circumcision means only clinical treatment? It's also in the heart. The heart. Get rid of idolatry in you. That's the circumcision that is key. The clean outside is okay, is good too, but the most critical is clean heart, and that is cleaning of idolatry, and that is going to protect you. Fear of the Most High, acknowledging His name. So all Igbo or so-called black in the diaspora, and all other people, don't let that white and black and the red and blue and red and white game fool you, because the Most High is the one who is going to decide who is going to be left here. Because some people have been deceived, and some people have been coerced to look the way they look right now. Some are still like this because of the grace of CHIUKWU, which we must thank Him for it. You're not gonna wait. They tell you Africa is the last frontier. The last frontier they're talking about is Igbo land, where the land of creation. That's the only place now that is left for them to turn into the skin of the beast. They took the calendar, the weekly calendar, and reduced it from 8 to 7 to make you all to be beast. You claiming, oh, we don't know why this world is going down. Yes, because you allow yourself to be based. Notice that I am not here. This purpose of this speech by this truth by the Most High is not to castigate anyone, but let us see how filthy and dirty the table has become. It's no place clean. And then, who shall He make to understand the doctrine? He that is weaned with the milk and the drawn from the breast. For precept will be upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. Not staring on papers and letters for 5 years and getting a degree. Or some of them, they just give it to you so that they can push you out there. Oh, you from Harvard, you are from Oxford, you are from Michigan, you are from Cornell, you from California, from Duke, from Columbia, you from here, you from Pennsylvania. Ivy, UB, Kanigi. So you talk all that Chicago, all these kind of rubbish words, and then people will be like, oh yeah, that person looking like that, he's from Harvard, from MIT. So one of my people I work at, oh you are from MIT, and he say, she's so what? Tell me how many of your billionaires and trillionaires and any of your what do you call them? All those scholars and all the scatters, professors. Many of them went to MIT. All of them, almost all of them dropped out. As a matter of fact, Henry Ford ended up in 5th grade, but Edison didn't even see the classroom. I think it was 3 months or something of formal education. They went to Timbuktu or their kind of school in those days. Yeah. They learned. That's what is important. They learned. Okay. Use them to do things. You can hear all these names, but you cannot hear great names like the real McCoy. These are black people. George Washington Carver, best friend of Henry Ford. We're not talking about black and white now, right? It's not convenient. Yeah. So, Igbo women wear cloth and blouse in public. Sorry about that. Not this. You see how Igbo women dress in public? Sorry. Excuse me, pardon me, people. And even spirits who are watching. Pardon me. So you see how Igbo woman or Biafra woman is supposed to look? Not a Gunja Kanja. What is a half-naked woman with bleach and the stupid titles all over the damn place. That's the sample there. I don't mean to. Everybody needs to look at it. See the neatness and the character. The focus. What they want. They want their freedom. They're probably saying they are, oh, Uni cha. Uni. Obon. Warren Chief. This was some of them, this began at Oloko. In Abia State. Abia. The people, they lived before Adam. But don't know where Adam come from. Adam come from there. So did Abraham. This is how they dress. Not big mouth, talking rubbish. Talking about the DOS, but you don't talk about Unisha. You don't talk about how you get this money that you're spreading all over the damn place. I am not defending DOS, I'm not defending because and the accountant. I'm not defending anybody, I'm not cascading anybody. I'm just saying the way it is. The truth. You say you talking about the truth. Even me. I got my own ways. If you see what the one I did. Say it. And I will confess. Because I'm a sinner. But you don't want to be an imposter with your idolatry and then you come and calling yourself Mwachineke. Idolatry cannot be Mwachineke. And that's the reason why I gave you I put in the room with the video, I put my sister here from here in the United States, black woman, very respectful woman. Ask you to watch Irumbade, where he was teaching you to teach Irumbade, how to reach Irumbade. Some of you, a lot, you, all these you do, women, do you know what is Irumbade? But you go out there, you're castigating black people in America, our people in America, like, you know, there's no tomorrow, right? But that woman was teaching you Irumbade there. Her name is Shahrazad Ali. Even Mandela invited her to talk to his people. His people were inviting. How many of you in that zoo, Hamite country? Where was, you know, the Oni of Cha? You call him Oni teacher. What is Oni teacher? Oni teacher in Igbo. Oni Cha. Oni get away. You don't want Igodomigodo. You swear in Igodomigodo to live in the land. And then, but you now, you want Idu. You want Igodomigodo. Even the president of Biafra, after the war, they went and they called him, gave him title Obon, so that he would say he's not Igbo. Who is he? More Igbo than Ibibio. Ibi. That's the name, Ibi. You live. Onongaya. Ukwenijia. That's what it is. Onongaya Ukwenijia. And then this man in diaper with lawyers taking money contributed for ESN to ride all over the place for nothing to show for it. With the deposing of wishy. Collecting money from the Nabora Union of Onisha, or some Antego. He got more oil well than the whole of you in the so-called stupid Niger Delta put together. But do you know it? So I decided to stop here to make it a little shorter, but I refer you to, like I did refer you in the other video, go to OGBAKO ISHI OBI BIAFRA channel in YouTube, like other people do. I'm not charging you any money. I'm not asking you to give me any money, donate something. I don't get no money like Katrina Chirona. I don't get no money from Ohanes Igbo. If I do, that defeats the whole purpose of this. I don't get no notoriety from United Nations. And then I will be, that's a mark of beast. Beast they keep in lifetime, end time beast. I am not on Hakem. I'm not getting any notoriety or support from your Igbo or Nigerian warrant chief, upgraded to your glorified Nigerian, chief called governors. So, and then go read the Igbo covenant, the laws, from moral law, marriage law, ceremonial law, nutritional law, which goes hand in hand with the sacrificial laws. or animal sacrifice. If you don't know, if you don't know what the sin that you committed, you can use animals or whatever that is required, as our fathers did. This is what we're trying to do here, is restoring Biafra. We're not getting a new country. It's not a new Biafra. Biafra is from the beginning of time. And it was the country or nation of CHIUKWU that served the whole earth for hundreds of thousands of years, if not the millions of years. What you do is to lead, or it is also known as a jar. You do, but the proper one is that it is the one that laid or took the Igodo to the other side of to Benin, to center it there, so other people can see the light and keep the covenant. The rest of the world can see the light and keep the covenant. Not to say that in your family you don't have your Ark of Covenant. In your village kindred you have one. In your village you have one. And you have one at CHIUKWU. Because wherever the judgment has to be passed on the people, there must be Ofo. There must be the Ark. So stop confusing yourself. Freedom, if you want freedom, freedom must start from bottom up, not up down. That's Caesar right there. That's democracy. Top to bottom, clamping down on people. Everybody is now owing money. Can't even find a job. Can't find difficult to even live to the next day. You got PhD, you get a HHD, you get ZZD, you get a MMD, you professor in here, you professor in there, hungry, trying to collect money from all the criminals, begging, everybody. So also is democracy, really, unveiling the foundation of the heavens and earth, Hushaya, CHIUKWU, make to understand the doctrine and the Irumbwede. And the one question I have to ask before I stop is, where has all these Idu people been? All these months and all these years, until I started this YouTube, which is about the real Earth Summit. This is the Earth Summit. All those things lies everywhere, trying to please everybody. It's not Earth Summit. This is the Earth Summit, the real Earth Summit. I started with a prayer and the initial description and prayer on May 30th, 2021. Where were they until I spoke to them? Were they crafting something that took Nnamdi Kanu, captured Nnamdi, led to capture of Nnamdi Kanu, and they jump out all of a sudden because they saw me come to speak to them? Because they invited me to come to speak to them, and once they hardly do, but this is what we start. Every time we start IFO, or we start, teaching ourselves about who we are and how to defend and how to protect and how to think critically, even as children and adults. We start with EKPEREE, which is the Shabbat day. That's the importance of that day. In this OGBAKO ISHI OBI BIAFRA. So where have you been? And if this channel and these videos are made for you to learn by CHIUKWU, for you to learn and turn back to him. Return to him and worship him and be saved. And not other things, but and it is saved. It's not for you to go there and playing sorcerer and coming back and forth and sending me stupid tweets and and the emails. I don't want to be hearing about your sorcery, because the sorcerer is supposed to be put to Satan's fire, burned up. This is what it is in there. It is in there in the moral law. In Leviticus 9, chapter 18, 19, 20, 21. It is in there. You're going to be set on. You suppose the Most High is going to, the Creator, Eke, will set you on fire. That's the way we say it in Igbo. Because it's not cursing you, you cursing yourself. It's in there in that book. Go read it. Sorcerer is supposed to be put to death. So when you're doing your banje and you're doing your whole Babylon crop, no, or how about the Babylon mess, know that you're going to be set on fire. I'm not going to set you on fire. No one is setting you on fire, but you're going to set yourself on fire. The CHIUKWU will do it to you and your generations. So if you're using this word to play poker, you want to use it to make money, you want to use it to make yourself, I am the doctor who put you do. You're going to hurt yourself and your generations. Look at your babies and children in the eyes. And they say, oh, I don't want to do that, because if you love them, you listen, you hearken. Because I love all of you. Even whether you're Hamite or you're real human, or Igbo, or you're not. The Most High is the one that is going to select, choose. But if you think he's going to choose you, being an idolater, sorry, he already made it clear to us, to his children, right from beginning. If you think you're going to help his children, go to be his children, sorry, you have to go through them. Their language. Because that's the language of communication we have. All these wicked languages, sorry, he doesn't create them. He didn't create them. They are out of sorcery. Tower of Babel. I'm not coming here to make you a book of OGBAKO, where you're going to be writing and claiming you're updating your own to go make money. I'm not asking to give me any money. But what is here is the existential threat facing the whole world, and that's why the AK brought it. And if you learn and understand and practice, you want to teach others and have them help you with some donation or some help, you make it clear, they'll give it to you. I mean, there's no problem with that. But if you're gonna come and play the ham and the fallen angel crap to even corrupt this anymore, this message again, you're not gonna make it. You're not writing a disclaimer word, but I'm trying to let you know. I'm not trying to prevent you from making money. But if you're gonna use this to play sorcery and play game, you know what the AK said in his commandments, his wrath, his fury against you and your generation unto the third and the fourth generation. And if you keep doing it, then it will be a multiple of generation and generation forever. That means extinction of your family. Amoiche, Russia. But for those who hearken those who listen to this OGBAKO ISHI OBI BIAFRA channel, to this video, and put it to work, to be salvageable. I say, may CHIUKWU bless us all. May all the glory and praises be to his name and him alone. To that, I say, may all be blessed until the next video.